Welcome to Second Act Workshop. So glad you tuned into this video. Would appreciate a like and a subscribe as I'm trying to build this channel. So Second Act Workshop, there is actually a physical workshop. I have it in my garage area here, and I'm starting the video out here because I'm actually working on something. I alluded to it in another video, but I did not really show it off well. So at this point, I am working on a new desk for myself. I've got a poplar live edge slab that I'm putting epoxy in some of the knots and things like that, kind of getting it ready. And then I'll refinish it. I've got some desk hardware that's a stand and everything that you can raise and lower, and so I'm really excited about it. So hopefully here in the next week or so I'll be able to put the finishing touches on this. But I wanted to start out here to show that I actually do some woodworking. I've spent more time actually in these videos talking about just some observations and things in retirement, and I'm still planning to do that even on this video. But I thought, man, I gotta work in some of the real workshop stuff. So if the lighting is poor, that's why. Really haven't set it up well in here to film yet. But hey, this channel is only about a month old, so you just got to start. And so I dove in, and this is, I'm learning as I go and trying to get better at this. So, like I said, I have a poplar slab here, live edge. I'm doing, a lot of epoxy fill for some of the knots and, to stabilize the slab somewhat. But anyway, so that's why I wanted to start out here. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, because it's come up, I just kind of realized it here in the last few days, is the freedom of retirement. And it's a different kind of freedom. And I certainly don't mean this in a negative way. And I was talking with somebody today on the phone about it, a former vendor. And it's not that, and again, I'm going to preface this by saying, my former job, the coworkers and everything that I worked with, I liked and got along well with all my coworkers, loved them to death. It was in the nonprofit world, the last job that I had, so it was a ministry, so to speak. And this is not any kind of jab at anybody, but when this new stage of life, when you finally get out of the working environment and all the focusing that goes into, having a full-time job and all that. It's when you stop that. I wasn't, to be honest with you, I was not real sure how I would adjust to that. In 2022, I kind of realized that, in retirement, just to stop and do nothing would not be me. And so that's how I got into being, a maker, doing woodworking and things like that, because I knew I would need to have some outlet for creativity and engagement and things like that. So that's how I really got started in doing some woodworking. I originally did some things for Christmas gifts, and kind of started from there and built it from there. So again, this is a whole new area. When you suddenly say I'm done working, I actually turned 70 last week, so one of the things is I had deferred Social Security till 70. I just actually got my benefits letter last week, saying that it would start next month and blah 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 blah. So that's one thing out of the way, and of course I've rolled over all my 401ks and that sort of thing into the IRA. So on the financial side of things, I'm certainly feel like my wife and I've done the things we need to do. She's still working full time, but but is coming up on retirement as well. So given that, until I really stopped, because when you're working full time, you can go on vacation, you can have a day off, but it's still in the back of your mind what you got to do. It's still in the back of your mind that there are things that are coming up during the week. It's still there, and you don't totally walk away from that. In retirement, you do. You totally walk away from it, and you see this on a lot of retirement mugs and things like that. Not my problem anymore. Well, it really isn't not your problem anymore. That whole release, that's a different kind of freedom. Oh my goodness. And there's, having a full-time job and, running after, because again, you're trading your time for money, and that pursuit, when you stop, there is a level of stress that goes away. Now, again, financially, to be prepared, and being able to make it on your retirement income, that's a whole nother question. But again, that's part of the preparation of it. When you're working full time, there is a cost to that. One of the things that I noticed last week is, I'm not getting in the car as much. I don't have that daily commute anymore. I'm not, driving around doing other things. I mean, I'm working those in as they come up, but there's a lot to that daily drive of your commute and everything else. I mean, that in and of itself, has certainly is a change in your routine and a change in your life. So again, that level of and I don't quite know what to call it. I don't want to say it's work stress or anything like that, but there's a natural stress level to working full time and having to be somewhere. It just is. I didn't realize it was as much as it was until I stopped. And I'm telling you, people, that is where the freedom is. Oh my goodness. The other thing that I realized this week is, it's okay to say no. And so yeah, your time is your time now. And so it's, you can be very, you can control that. Finally, it seems like. Now, again, does it mean that you don't do anything? Does it mean that you're lazy? No. But what it means is, and I'm telling you, I'm a person of a certain routine, certain daily habits and stuff. I still get up at the same time. I'm up usually about 5 or 5:30 every day. That hasn't stopped, even Saturday and Sundays. Because that's just my body clock. That's how it works. And so, I'll keep that. I mean, I'm sure I'll keep that going. But what I do, it's funny because the day kind of rolls itself out. There are several things that are kind of out there that I might get to, hope to get to, could get to. Just like today, I worked on my table for a while. Got to a point where, I was at a stopping point with that. I've done things around the house, household chores and things. I've alluded to, my dog is, she's got some issues with her kidneys now. She's 16 years old. So, she has to be kind of looked at, and kept up with and that sort of thing. So there, I frankly, I stay busy. But it's my choice. It's deliberate. It's purposeful. So with that and being able to control that, and again, not having that stress of being somewhere for somebody else, being accountable to other people about what you're doing during the day and all that kind of stuff. Again, that has a level of stress to it that when that goes away, there's a huge amount of freedom in that. For me, it kind of means some responsibility there about what I do with that freedom. And so, again, that's one of the things I'm doing. This channel, this is a part of that as well. I've got time to do this. This is a whole new area for me, something totally different than I'm used to, and I just picked it up, and I'm trying to add and learn and try to do better videos each and every week. So I'm in this really, I hope it goes somewhere. I hope this information is helpful to people, but I'm having a good time with it. So, it's a part of, something I'm always thinking on, hey, this would probably make a good video, or that would make a good video. So, so still plan to keep going, keep doing. And, if you're watching this video, please like and subscribe. Hopefully I can build this channel. It's not my primary purpose, but I would like to see it grow. Because I hope this information is helpful for people. So appreciate the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you guys on the next video.